Hey there, explorers. Welcome to Blueprints of History, the place where we travel back in time to uncover the most amazing buildings ever made. Today, we're visiting ancient Rome to explore one of the coolest and most famous structures in the entire world, the Colosseum. It's big, it's bold, and it's full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Let's jump into our time machine and head back almost 2,000 years to see how the Romans built this wonder of the ancient world. Imagine the Super Bowl, but in ancient Rome. The Colosseum wasn't for football or concerts. Oh no, it was for gladiator battles, animal fights, and even fake sea wars. Picture 50,000 cheering Romans filling the stands, waving and shouting as brave gladiators marched into the arena. For the emperors, it wasn't just about fun. It was a way to show off Rome's power, wealth, and amazing engineering. The Colosseum stood right in the heart of Rome, Italy, surrounded by incredible landmarks. Nearby was the Ludus Magnus, the school where gladiators trained every day. There was a huge fountain called Meta Sudens, where warriors could cool off after battle. And right beside it, the Arch of Constantine, a massive monument to one of Rome's greatest emperors. Even the name Colosseum comes from a giant statue, the Colossus of Nero, a 30-meter-tall bronze figure that stood next door. That's how the Colosseum got its famous name. Construction began in 72 AD, started by Emperor Vespasian, and was finished just 8 years later. Super fast for such a massive project. The Colosseum stood 50 meters tall. That's as high as a 15-story building, and could seat over 50,000 people. No machines, no cranes, just muscle, math, and genius design. The Romans used arches, columns, and super strong Roman concrete to make sure it would last forever. The outer walls had 3 layers, each showing off a different Greek style: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. This wasn't just a stadium. It was a masterpiece that screamed Rome rules the world. Now, let's step inside the arena. There were 80 entrances, most with numbers, just like today's stadium gates. That helped the huge crowd find their seats quickly and safely. But not everyone used the same doors. The emperor had his own private gate, leading to a royal box. The magistrates, powerful leaders, had another, and 2 special gates led right into the arena itself. The Gate of Life, where gladiators entered, and the Gate of Death, where the fallen were carried out. Even your seat showed who you were. The rich sat close to the action, while regular citizens and slaves sat way up high. But wait, it gets even cooler. Sometimes, the Romans filled the entire arena with water. They used underground pipes and tunnels connected to the city's aqueducts to flood the Colosseum for mock sea battles. Tiny ships would float around, and actors would recreate famous naval wars right before everyone's eyes. The crowd went wild, cheering, laughing, gasping. It was like a movie and a video game combined, but made entirely out of real people, animals, and ancient tech. Later, the Romans added a secret underground world called the Hypogeum, a 2-level maze beneath the arena floor. Down there, gladiators waited for battle, animals were kept in cages, and workers prepared the next scene. There were 28 elevators, all powered by teams of men pulling ropes and turning giant wheels. At just the right moment, trapdoors opened, and boom, lions, tigers, or even elephants would appear like magic. The audience had no idea how it worked. It was pure Roman engineering genius. And here's something even more amazing. The Colosseum had its own version of air conditioning. Roman sailors built a giant retractable roof called the velarium. It was a massive canvas cover stretched over the top of the stadium to block the sun and cool the crowd. Using ropes, pulleys, and teamwork, sailors could open or close it depending on the weather. It was like an early version of the roofs we see on modern sports arenas today. For nearly 500 years, the Colosseum was the heart of Roman life. Though time and earthquakes have damaged it, much of it still stands, a reminder of what humans can build when they dream big. Today, millions visit the Colosseum every year to walk where gladiators once stood. It's a symbol of strength, creativity, and the power of engineering. Thanks for exploring the Colosseum with us today. If you enjoyed the journey, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments.